Have you ever wondered how the Israel-Palestine conflict, one of the most enduring political disputes, began? The roots of this conflict stretch back centuries, but for our purposes, we'll start in the late 19th century. During the rule of the Ottoman Empire, Jewish immigration to Palestine began to increase. This was driven by the rise of Zionism, a movement advocating for the establishment of a Jewish state in the historical homeland of the Jewish people, a place known as Zion, or more commonly, Israel. As we step into the early 20th century, we encounter the Balfour Declaration of 1917. This was a public statement issued by the British government during World War I, announcing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This promise, made to the Jewish Zionist leaders, was seen as a betrayal by the Arab population who constituted the majority in Palestine at that time. Moving forward, we find ourselves in the era of the British Mandate for Palestine. This was a period from 1920 to 1948, during which Britain had control over Palestine. During this time, tensions between Jewish immigrants and the Arab population escalated, often erupting into violence. The climax came with the United Nations Partition Plan of 1947. This plan proposed the partition of Palestine into an Arab state, a Jewish state, and the city of Jerusalem. Despite opposition from Arab countries, the plan was approved. The following year, 1948, marked the beginning of the Arab-Israeli War, triggered by Israel's declaration of independence. The war ended in 1949 with Israel's victory, but the conflict did not. Instead, it transformed into a protracted struggle between Israel and Palestine, a struggle that continues to this day. As we can see, the Israel-Palestine conflict is deeply rooted in history, with both sides having legitimate claims to the land. This conflict is a complex tapestry woven with threads of historical events, political decisions, and human experiences. It's a story of two peoples, both of whom yearn for a place to call home. Now that we understand the historical context, what about the modern-day conflict? Well, let's dive right in. The Six-Day War in 1967 was a pivotal moment. Israel, in a preemptive strike, defeated Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, seizing control of the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, East Jerusalem, the Sinai Peninsula, and the Golan Heights. The conflict was brief, but its repercussions were far-reaching and profound. The Israeli occupation of the West Bank and Gaza Strip that followed has been a major source of tension. Palestinians living under occupation faced restrictions on their movement, economic hardship, and the often brutal reality of military rule. The strain of these conditions led to the First Intifada or uprising, which erupted in 1987. This largely nonviolent resistance movement involved strikes, boycotts, and civil disobedience, but it also saw violence erupt as clashes between Palestinians and Israeli soldiers became commonplace. The First Intifada brought the plight of Palestinians under occupation to the world's attention and set the stage for the Oslo Accords, a series of agreements in the 90s aimed at achieving a peace settlement. However, the Oslo Accords failed to deliver on their promise of peace. Disillusionment and frustration led to the Second Intifada in the early 2000s, a much more violent uprising that claimed thousands of lives on both sides. Fast forward to the 21st century, and the conflict has continued unabated. The 2014 Gaza War and the 2021 Israel-Gaza conflict are just the latest chapters in this long-standing dispute. These recent events have been characterized by intense violence and a devastating humanitarian toll. The Gaza Strip, in particular, has been left in ruins, with many of its residents displaced and struggling to survive amidst the rubble of their former homes. Yet, amidst the despair, there are still those on both sides who dream of peace, who hope for a resolution to this enduring conflict. As the conflict continues to evolve, the hope for peace often seems elusive. But it is this hope, however faint, that continues to fuel the search for a solution. So, what can be done to resolve this seemingly intractable conflict? The answer that many propose is the two-state solution. This concept is straightforward in theory, the creation of an independent Palestinian state alongside Israel. Two nations living side by side in peace, each respecting the other's sovereignty and right to exist. The benefits of this solution are manifold. First and foremost, it would provide a homeland for Palestinians, fulfilling their long-held aspirations for self-determination. At the same time, it would secure Israel's status as a Jewish state, ensuring its survival in a region where it often feels besieged. But it's not just about geopolitics. The two-state solution could have profound human consequences. It could end decades of suffering, bring stability to a volatile region, and potentially pave the way for broader Middle Eastern peace. It's a vision of a future where Israeli and Palestinian children grow up not as enemies, but as neighbors. However, achieving this vision is no easy task. The obstacles are formidable. There are deep-seated suspicions and animosities on both sides, fueled by years of violence and mistrust. There are difficult questions about borders, refugees, the status of Jerusalem, and the security arrangements necessary to keep the peace. And there are powerful forces, both within the region and beyond, that oppose the two-state solution for various political, ideological, or religious reasons. Yet, even with these challenges, the two-state solution has a compelling logic. It's based on principles of justice and equality. It's rooted in international law. It's supported by a broad consensus of world opinion, including the United Nations, the European Union, and the Arab League. And it's consistent with the aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians for a homeland of their own. Yes, the road to a two-state solution is steep and fraught with obstacles. But the alternative, a future of endless conflict, of perpetual fear and hatred, is surely worse. We must remember, peace is not a zero-sum game. It's a win-win proposition, where both sides can benefit. Despite the challenges, the two-state solution remains the most widely accepted proposal for peace. In conclusion, the Israel-Palestine conflict is a complex issue with deep historical roots. It's a tapestry woven with threads of history, culture, religion, and politics, each interlacing to form a picture that's as intricate as it is poignant. The conflict didn't arise in a vacuum. It's a result of centuries-old grievances and disputes. The modern-day conflict continues to evolve, shaped by the forces of geopolitics and the relentless march of time. It is in this context that we discuss the potential of the two-state solution. This proposition, though not without its own set of challenges, offers a glimmer of hope for a peaceful coexistence between Israelis and Palestinians. It's a path to reconciliation that acknowledges the legitimate aspirations of both peoples, fostering mutual respect and building a shared future. While the path to peace is fraught with challenges, the hope for a peaceful resolution remains. It is up to us, as informed global citizens, to advocate for policies that promote peace and justice in the region. Thank you for staying with us through this exploration of the Israel-Palestine conflict and the potential for a two-state solution. Your engagement is not just appreciated, but crucial. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, we encourage you to comment below with your views, share this video with friends, family, and on your social media platforms. By doing so, you're helping to spread awareness and encouraging informed discussions on this complex issue. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found value in this video. It helps us reach more people and let us know that we're on the right track. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Torah Apologetics, and liking our fan page. Your support is what enables us to continue providing content that educates, enlightens, and sparks dialogue. Remember, every conversation, every share, every like, and every subscription contributes to the global understanding of this conflict. Your support is vital in our collective endeavor to promote peace and justice in the region. So let us continue this journey together. Thank you.